Remember rewinding cassettes with a pencil because the tape got stuck? Waiting at school for friends with no phones. If someone was late, you just stood there for half an hour, watching one image load forever on dial-up internet. While you went through all that, your parents kept saying the same thing. Study hard, get a good education, find a job. Life will be better than ours. You believed it. You tried. You got diplomas and stepped into a world where you live worse than they did at your age. Music swell dramatic pause by 30. They had some predictability. You scroll Instagram and think, why does everyone else's life look so much better? And here's the truth. It's not because you did something wrong. The problem isn't you personally. In the next 10 minutes, you'll understand why your anxiety isn't a bug. It's a feature, and why that exact anxiety will make you stronger than any previous generation. But first, let's break down what really happened to an entire generation. Millennials born 19,811,996. Why do you feel capable of anything, yet completely lost? Why is the most educated generation the first to openly admit massive anxiety? Understanding these mechanisms stops you of self-blame for things you never controlled, and that blame directly hits your career, relationships, and sense of life. After this video, you'll know 5 key things: where constant anxiety comes from, why you react this way, how social media breaks self-esteem, your real superpower, and what to do with this knowledge today. Transition music for post-Soviet millennials and many worldwide. The 90s were total rule-breaking. You were born in one country, that vanished. Studied under one system, work under a completely different one. Adults kept repeating, new times, new opportunities. Study well, become whoever you want. Simple formula, education, job, success. You absorbed it, watched Western movies about the American dream, saw glossy magazines, first business coaches, built an image. This is what successful life looks like. Now the paradox, from psychologist Gene Twenge's massive generational studies. Millennials have sky-high self-esteem. You were raised thinking you're special, capable of anything. But anxiety levels rose 47% in 20 years. Insight 1. You believe you're capable of greatness, and constantly were. You're not good enough. Not a contradiction. Direct result of how you were raised. High expectations plus reality that doesn't match equals constant inattention. You graduate with a good degree. Job interviews. We need 3 years experience. Next one. 5 years required. Third. Why do you change jobs so often? You think, seriously, you fire us every year. Economists confirm. Millennials are the first generation in 80 years living 30% poorer than parents at the same age. Adjusted data. Parents at 30 had predictability, factory apartment, co-op I. System existed, different, but existed. For you. Housing 7x more expensive relative to salary than 30 years ago. This breaks cognitive schemas. You effort, expect result. No result, chronic anxiety. Not character weakness. Normal response to broken cause-effect link. Example. You stay late unpaid. Important period. We're a team. Think. More effort equals reward. Month later. Laid off with everyone. You freeze. But I did everything right. Millennials quickly realized corporate loyalty died. Rules same in Moscow, Kyiv, Almaty, Berlin. Today valuable, tomorrow restructuring. You didn't become less loyal. You adapted faster. If this resonates, like. More coming at social media mid-2000s. VK, Instagram. Humans aren't evolutionarily ready to compare with hundreds daily. Hunter-gatherer tribes. Compare to 2030 max. Now. Best moments from hundreds of acquaintances every day. See ex-classmate as director. What am I doing wrong? Parents ask. When buying apartment. You explain 20% mortgage. They don't get it. We managed. You sit in meetings hearing quarterly metrics for 40 minutes, thinking, why are we doing this? Then at 2 AM scroll Instagram, can't sleep. Everyone's more successful. When self-esteem builds on external validation, psyche loses anchor. Millennials grew up in likes, comments, public rating. Stop. Here's what most miss. Insight 2. This taught you something unique. You're first to know image reality. Behind beautiful post, anything. Previous generations believed TV, newspapers, ads. You verify. Reviews, comments, reputation. Makes you least manipulable generation ever. Paradox few notice. Most cynical plus most idealistic. Cynical. Don't believe politicians, ads, corporate slogans. Idealistic. Demand meaning from work, not just salary. Work must matter. Why? Material guarantees collapsed. Seek compensation. No stability, need other motivation. Meaning, not whims. Rational psychological defense. Parents worked 8 hours, got paid, went home. No questions. You ask right questions previous generations feared. Accused of demanding meaning from jobs. Reality. First to refuse selling 40 hours, week for money without purpose. Evolution of work ethic. Millennials have kids 7 years later on average. 43% unsure about kids at all. Egoistic generation starts. Logic. How plan child with no financial stability. Job gone in 6 months. Huge risk. Not egoism. Responsibility. You can't give child base your parents gave you. Imagine class reunion 15 years later. Someone career growth, kids photos. You sit thinking, why do I still feel like playing adult? Everyone's settled. I'm still searching. Insight 3. Not personal problem. Systemic mass phenomenon. Scientists call it delayed adulthood syndrome, not infantilism. Traditional adulthood markers: stable long-term job, own home, predictable future, simply inaccessible to most by 30. Can't feel real adults in constant uncertainty. Normal psyche reaction. Surprise. Despite chaos, broken promises, destroyed schemas, millennials learned unique skill. Insight 4. What seemed weakness equals superpower. Accused of job hopping. Reality. Built portfolio careers. Average millennial changes profession 4 times. While dad feared updating resume. You mastered 3 specialties. Guess who survives next crisis? Accused of phone addiction. No memory. Reality. Stopped filling head with info findable in 5 seconds. Freed brain. Not degradation. Upgrade. Accused of whining about psychology. In our time we didn't complain. Reality. Your time. Drank silently. Millennials first to openly talk anxiety, burnout, depression, made it normal. Previous generations endured, saw mental issues as weakness. You said, understanding self plus asking help equals strength. Redefined success. Parents, money, career, status. You, balance, time, freedom, meaningful work. Demand transparency from companies, real actions from power. Don't believe words. Verify. Term. Precariat. Unstable employment class. Sociologists. New economic norm. You're not margins. Pioneers of new reality. Now main. What to do. Stop measuring by others' criteria. Childhood success graph. Apartment by 25. Career by 30. Map to non-existent city. World gone. Own your superpower. Adaptability. You live in uncertainty. Relearn. Pivot. Most valuable modern skill. Admit you have it. Build personal coordinate system. Honestly, what success means to you. Not parents, Instagram, classmates. What makes you fulfilled. Write it. Your compass in fog. Use mechanisms knowledge as tool. Understand anxiety source. Comparison in social media. Lagging feeling. Have solution. Awareness equals control. Millennials, transition generation. Bridge between worlds. Remember old stable world. Building new flexible digital one. Some stayed birthplace. Some moved cities, countries. Experience same. Epoch bridge. Mission not repeat parents' path. Road closed. Mission. Forge own, more conscious. Honest to self, flexible. Last insight 5. You're already doing it. Watching this, understanding psyche mechanisms, seeking answers, right path, not waiting permission or perfect conditions never come, going your way, your pace, because only real life is now, with imperfection, searches, mistakes, small discoveries. Understanding mechanisms equals situation control, no longer failed experiment victims. Pioneers who figured new game rules. What makes millennials different? Only generation turning uncertainty from curse to strategy. Boomers clung to stability, broke when gone. Zoomers born in chaos, know nothing else. You remember how it was, chose forward despite everything. That's real strength. If helpful, subscribe. Here we break down psychology without fluff, only working insights.